From the people who help you know your competition, IntelliCheck presents the Multi-Point Inspection Podcast. The Multi-Point Inspection Podcast brings you news and stories from the automotive world told in an informative and entertaining way. Previously on the Multi-Point Inspection Podcast.
You hear today about AI everything, right? If it's not Microsoft, it's Google, it's everybody has got some new artificial intelligence module that's helping them do things. It's no different in the car business today.
Today, we're talking about AI and the year that AI will really make a breakthrough in retail operations across sales and service.
So the presentation we're going to do is called AI Friend or Foe.
We're talking all about how conversational AI is revolutionizing the automotive industry.
Hello.
Grace calling from Sunset Grand Resort. Am I speaking with Brandon Barnett?
You are.
Great.
This is Grace.
I have a few questions to ask so we can make your stay amazing. Do you prefer Mr. Barnett, or may I call you Brandon?
You can call me Brandon.
Okay, Brandon.
Grace is helping me book a vacation stay at a resort.
On your trip to our resort, will you be celebrating anything?
Yes, it will be my honeymoon.
Oh, congratulations. Other newlyweds have told me this is the best place for a honeymoon. Because of COVID, a lot of people have finally been having their honeymoons that were postponed. Is your honeymoon right after the wedding, or is it long awaited?
It'll be right after the wedding.
That's wonderful. I'll tell our staff it's a special trip at a special time. Okay, I see that you're staying with us for the first time. Would you mind telling me where you've been on vacation before?
Grace isn't human. Grace is an AI virtual agent from GridSpace. According to GridSpace, quote, Grace is a task-specific voice bot that can handle multi-turn customer interactions in a natural and friendly way, end quote. Now, in the previous example, I did edit down the time it took for her to respond. It takes about 2 to 3 seconds for her to compute what I have just said. And while this is a little unnatural, the inflection in her voice is so human-like, I caught myself interrupting her. I almost forgot I wasn't talking to a real person. Here's the rest of the conversation, unedited.
We will do our best to prepare any activities you might enjoy doing and make your vacation as stress-free as possible. Okay, we're almost done, but before we go, do you have any questions about the resort amenities?
Yes. What is offered in the stay?
Okay, I'll be sending you an information pamphlet at the email you used to book your stay. Any other questions about the resort I can help you with?
No, that's fine.
Okay, then. Well, Brandon, that's all for now. We're honored you chose us for your honeymoon. Thanks for talking with me.
Have
a great day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye. In episode 11 of the Multi-Point Inspection Podcast, where I had a conversation with Ron Overs from Fixed Ops Magazine, I was surprised to hear that the number 2 pressing issue for dealerships and service departments, according to him, was the need for them to utilize AI at their stores. Of course, AI and ChatGPT have been in the news lately, but I didn't know that there were applications that could be used in the service department. So I did a little research, and that's when I found Brooke.ai.
Proactive Dealer Solutions has been a leader in the automotive industry. We kind of got our start with business development, or BDCs, back when BDCs were a brand new topic.
This is Ashleigh Ellis, the Director of Marketing at Proactive Dealer Solutions.
And then over the years, we started developing different softwares. We had the BDC Tracker, then BDC Central, and then Caller CX. And when COVID hit, and then we weren't able to go live into dealership training for a while, we really grew our virtual BDC, which is a team of agents that we house, and we answer the phones for dealers for service because service departments did not shut down during COVID. And that all led to the idea and the birth of Brooke.ai, which is the very first digital voice assistant for automotive that can answer, handle, and appoint all your inbound service calls.
Introducing Brooke.
Hi there.
Your best service scheduling assistant. Brooke is the first intelligent digital voice assistant to answer, handle, and appoint all of your inbound service calls. Hiring Brooke means absolutely no call goes unanswered, boosting your customer satisfaction and reducing your overhead costs. And talking to Brooke is like talking to a friend with human-level understanding in a friendly conversational...
Live today, Brooke is in over 350 stores. We've got 55 stores still in onboarding. So we have a large pool of dealers who I would say are the early adopters, but very quickly it's really not early adoption, it's just adoption. You have to do something. You have to get your service phones answered. Dealers are very quickly learning that cars are not selling themselves anymore, and you can only keep your business if you are giving the customer experience that someone wants. And if I can't get in touch with my service drive, not only am I not servicing there, but I'm not buying there either. So for the skeptical dealers, you have to do something. You can hire people, sure, but Brooke never turns over. She's on 24/7. So we even have appointments booked on Thanksgiving, after hours. If someone thinks, I got to schedule service at 10 o'clock at night, Brooke can answer the phone.
I'm Brooke, a virtual assistant who can understand complete sentences. Unfortunately, we're closed, but I can try to help you with things like booking an appointment or checking our business hours. Please tell me how I can help you.
I'd like to know your business hours.
We're closed. Sunday, open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday from 8 o'clock a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. How else can I help you?
This is what sets Brooke apart from anyone else, is we created Brooke with millions of real service phone calls. So Brooke can actually understand all the different ways that people say, I've got a noise on my back tire or my car's squeaking, all the ways that people say, I want to get my oils changed. She can even understand the difference and ask the difference between a tire problem, like I have a problem with my tires, or I need new tires. Or say up in Canada during your different seasons, you either need your snow tires put on or you need them taken off. And she can ask those questions.
And what's the year, make, and model of your vehicle?
2011 Chevrolet Colorado.
And what's the approximate mileage?
74,000.
And what's the reason for bringing it in?
Engine surging.
Let me make sure I'm booking the appointment correctly. You're bringing your vehicle in for an engine issue. Is that right?
Yes.
Great. Now, I just have a quick question about transportation I can offer you. Will you need to use our complimentary shuttle?
Yes.
Great. I'll save you a seat.
I have to admit, I'm still learning the terminology with all these new advances in technology. So I asked Ashleigh what the difference is between Brooke and a chatbot.
So chatbots live on your website and interact via text, but we still know through data from Caller CX, from Car Wars, Marchex, all the leading call recording providers, that people are still calling the dealership. If you're driving down the road and you think, I got to get my car serviced, you don't want to get with a chatbot, you don't want to text, you just want to call the service department. And our service departments were still missing 30 to 40% of the calls that came in during hours because either your BDC is busy or understaffed, or during COVID, not staffed at all, or you still have the phones ringing to your service drive and your service advisors have no choice. They have to take care of the people in front of them. So the phones go largely unanswered in service. So your chatbot can handle the people who are able to chat online and over text, but Brooke handles the inbound call.
Probably the number one question that gets asked when it comes to AI, regardless of the industry, is, will AI take my job? So I had to ask it.
That's a huge thing, right? Everybody thinks, oh my God, ChatGPT is taking the marketer's job and the lawyer's job. It's not true. Humans still need to be there for certain tasks, right? So can Brooke handle every single thing? No. Let Brooke handle at least your routine. Let her answer and transfer the call. Let her handle the oil changes first. We have some stores that still, that's all Brooke does. So you can either set Brooke up front, meaning she's the first person to answer the phone. It's the better experience, to be honest, but a lot of dealers will start by putting Brooke just overflow and after hours, meaning if humans don't answer the phone, at least Brooke is there. I'm not going to end up in a voicemail box like I did 4 times when I called my bank today.
We'll talk to Ashleigh about how Brooke has been received, the onboarding process, and how Brooke.ai integrates with scheduling tools after the break.
So we have got your promotional material in our store, and I've kept track. I've had 13 different customers come to me who were in for regular repairs and say, oh my gosh, I want to get my oil changed because I did not realize that your price was cheaper than Jiffy Lube. I didn't realize your price was cheaper than Walmart. And, people didn't know. And it helped us gain some business that we weren't getting before.
Chris has been with Chevrolet for over 22 years and is talking about IntelliCheck's IntelliShare series. IntelliShare contains all of our promotional tools that you can use to promote your favorable prices, including our Intella ads, the printable flyers that you can show off in easel displays, Intella Media for your digital media boards, and Intella widgets, so you can show off price comparisons on your website and even let your customers schedule from the widget. This is how you upsell your customers without hard selling them.
I placed 2 placards in the business center so they could see that while they're over there working on computers. Also placed it in our coffee area. We have a glass wall there, so when they walk in, as they're putting their creamer and sugar in their coffee, they're going to look up and see the pricing for our pricing as well as our competitors.
Call 877-827-7273 or go to IntelliCheck.com to find out more about how the IntelliShare series can help you grow your business.
We have very little attrition. I think you're naturally going to get some. You get the good feedback, which is, hey, we're actually scheduling more service appointments. We have tons of case studies, tons of data on how stores have actually grown. We just had a call with one the other day, and they said, hey, you know what? Our ROs might be relatively flat because we haven't gotten our BDC doing more outbound calls, but actually our dollars per RO are stronger, and they attribute that to Brooke. You also have people that it's just not right for. We had Shannon Garofalo from Dan Wolf on one of our shows, and she took a call from someone who said, I want to talk to whoever picked that stupid robot and they should be fired. And she said, well, that was me, and Brooke isn't for everybody, but I can help you now. So, you're going to get the mixed feedback. Some people, as soon as they hear a digital voice assistant, hang up. But if you listen to some of those Brooke in actions, the ones who say representative, Brooke handles the call so well that they end up going all the way through the scheduling process.
Representative.
To make sure I don't send you to the wrong place, please tell me, are you looking to check on the status of your vehicle or schedule a service appointment?
Schedule a service appointment.
Great. I can help you with that. Will this be your first appointment for service with us?
Yes.
Okay, I'll need to collect some information. Is the phone number you're calling from ending in 6346 the best way to reach you?
Yes.
Thanks. I'll use it to start your profile. Now, please say and then spell your first name.
Matthew. M-A-T-T-H-E-W.
Got it. And what's the year, make, and model of your vehicle?
2017 Chevrolet Traverse.
And what's the approximate mileage?
45,431 miles.
And what's the reason for bringing it in?
Steering wheel wobbles.
Let me make sure I'm booking the appointment correctly. You're bringing your vehicle in for an issue with the steering wheel. Is that right?
Yes.
Great. Now, I just have a quick question about transportation I can offer you. Will you need to use our complimentary shuttle?
Not sure.
Okay. Our first available appointment is on Thursday, August 19th at 7 o'clock a.m. Feel free to take that one, or just tell me when you'd like to bring it in.
Thursday, August 17th, after 3:30 p.m.
Oh, that won't work. I don't have anything available prior to Thursday, August 19th at 7 o'clock a.m. Please give me a different day and time to check.
Thursday, August 19th, 4 p.m.
Okay, here's all I've got for Thursday, August 19th, around 4 o'clock p.m. I have a 2 p.m., 2:30, or 3. Which one works for you?
Thursday, 3 p.m.
You're all set for Thursday, August 19th at 3 p.m. How else can I help you?
That's all.
Thank you for calling Service Reservations.
Ashleigh says that a properly working DMS and scheduling tool is paramount to Brooke's peak performance.
So during onboarding, we go through what's called a scheduling tool health check, and our people are trained to help our dealers recognize what they need to do to fix their scheduling tools or their DMS to have more success with Brooke. Every store that onboards gets an account manager. That account manager is involved literally daily in helping you get everything set up. And then for the first several months, they're spot checking, again, literally daily to make sure that Brooke is performing. You know, Brooke has the same kind of performance metrics that you would have in any dealership. So you have your appointment rate, your transfer rate, those kinds of things. So yeah, we help the dealers get onboarded because the faster we do, the more success she has. And we want our girl Brooke to succeed. The biggest obstacle is getting dealerships to understand their phone systems, how they're set up, and how Brooke fits into the phone tree. Like I said, there's a lot of different ways to do it. Another big hurdle that dealers have to get through when they're setting up Brooke, especially those who are using DMS connection, is first the understanding that a lot of our DMS data is dirty. So a lot of it is a lot of duplicate contacts, a lot of people that are missing information. So you may have somebody's phone number tied to the husband's account, things like that. And so they have to understand that in some of those situations, the call isn't going to be perfect, but Brooke can handle it. But what a lot of them end up doing is tearing apart their phone tree and restructuring. And a lot of them have decided, especially the ones who have been on for more than a year or even 6 months, those are the ones who are completely on board with letting somebody pick. Would you like to schedule a call with our digital voice assistant, or would you like to wait for a representative? And if someone picks to wait for a representative, they choose the amount of time that that person's on hold, and then it bounces to Brooke because people can't answer the phone at peak volume time.
And as far as the dealer management systems that can integrate with Brooke?
Yeah, so we first partnered with Xtime during the actual development process, although we had all of the insight into the phones because we've had the call recording for years, and we have the insight into what dealers need. Being able to see the other end of the scheduling tool and how all of those things have to work together gave Brooke the most success in the beginning. So in the beginning, we launched only available to Xtime. We've now brought on most of your major DMS connections.
And Ashleigh says that using Brooke will help avoid top-loading appointments during the day, making for a more efficient and profitable service department.
They can handle scheduling multiple ways, especially now with the DMS connection and Brooke's Scheduler and Garage. They can choose how many concurrent check-ins one advisor can have by the hour. And so that way Brooke looks for appointments throughout the day, whereas advisors and humans, even the BDC, they're going to look for your morning appointments. Naturally, humans assume everybody wants to bring their car in the morning. But if Brooke can offer the lunch appointments, the afternoon appointments, they can also have Brooke promote the things that they need. So Brooke can say things like, if you're willing to drop off your vehicle, I can get you in up to 3 days sooner. And then you're like, okay, I'll drop off my vehicle, So taking it away from the advisors, absolutely. Advisors are naturally going to top load the morning. They don't want to stay late. Weekends can be light. That's not saying that advisors are lazy. Advisors are busy. It's one of the most loveless departments and loveless jobs, to be honest. When you're buying a car, yes, it's stressful, but it's exciting. When you're bringing your car in and hoping that you don't end up with a $1,000 bill, that's stressful. So advisors have a tough job. They naturally do things that are going to make their job easier because if they're happier, they can take care of the customers better. But allowing Brooke to spread those appointments out throughout the day based on what the dealership does have available, that's where you pick up your 30%.
But Brooke can do more than just schedule appointments. Her resume has recently been updated to include upselling.
Back in Q4, we say we gave Brooke a promotion. So Brooke got promoted to be able to do upsells, meaning you call in, she recognizes you as an existing customer, or she gathers your information, and based on your manufacturer, make, model, she can identify if you're due for a service interval or a manufacturer recommended maintenance. She can recognize that you're due. She can also recognize if you have open recalls on your vehicle. The dealers, that can scare some dealers first because a lot of recalls need to be checked first, right? Check them in order. A lot of recalls need parts. So the dealers can choose to set up what we call exclusion lists so that Brooke doesn't offer certain recalls that do need to wait for the advisor. Manufactured maintenance is a no-brainer, right? If someone's due for service and they're calling in for something else, why wouldn't you offer to add it to the appointment? I did a case study on one OEM, and more than 50% of the people who were offered, I think it was 52% of the people who were offered to add maintenance to their vehicle accepted it. So you're adding money on to more than half of your ROs by letting Brooke do upsells.
How can I help you today?
I want to bring for the oil change my car.
Great. I can help you with that. I found a profile associated with the phone number you called from. What vehicle is this for?
It's 2022 Corolla.
Great. And what's the approximate mileage?
5,000.
I'd just like to make sure I heard you correctly before. You're bringing your vehicle in for an oil change. Is that right?
Yes.
Thanks. My records indicate that this vehicle is also due for mileage-based maintenance. Would you like to add that to your appointment?
Yes.
Okay, it's been added.
And Brooke isn't stopping there. She will soon be making outbound calls.
So we're in the final stages of our pilot stores. We always have good friends with Brooke who are willing to let her try anything. And that's how we find success is don't launch it till it's ready. But yeah, she will be ready to do outbound within the next, I would say, 30 days. And we're seeing a great contact rate. It'll be an even better contact rate when, say, you're calling from, ABC Motors and it comes up on your phone as ABC Motors. Now you know, oh, it's my dealership calling. So you'll see an even better contact rate then. And she's scheduling about 7 outbound service appointments in a day for one dealership, which if you've ever ran a BDC, taking all of the inbound and then trying to get to the outbound and then properly doing the outbound and then making contact and then saying the right things that don't get you hung up on. 7 appointments for an AI who is still in the testing phases is pretty darn good for outbound.
Hi, this is Brooke, a virtual assistant from... I'm calling on a recorded line with some important information about your 2018 Toyota Camry. Our records indicate that your vehicle has 1. Open recalls that the manufacturer recommends be done. There won't be any cost to you to fix the issues. Would you like to schedule an appointment now to have the recalls completed?
Yes.
The data I pulled today for year to date is 354 stores, over 700,000 calls answered, and just over 205,000 appointments set.
I'd like to thank Ashleigh Ellis at Proactive Dealer Solutions and Brooke.ai for the insight into this amazing technology. You can find the Multi-Point Inspection Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And be sure to subscribe and give us a 5-star rating. It helps with the algorithm thingy. Executive producer for the Multi-Point Inspection Podcast is David Swan. It is written, produced, and narrated by me, Brandon Barnett. This episode's featured music is Times Like These by Andrew Galucki.
Finally see what we've always known, so let this feeling grow.
IntelliCheck. Know your competition.